Am I filming all these videos the same day and just changing my shirt? Absolutely. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Lisa. Today I'm doing day 2 of the 30 days of anime challenge that I referenced in video number 1. And today's prompt is your favorite anime. Whew, I wonder if this is how parents feel when you're like, who's your favorite? And you're like, oh no girl, I don't got a favorite. But you definitely got a favorite. Definitely had a lot of different animes over the past couple years that I have loved a lot, and I always have like top favorites, a top favorite list, and it can change. Obviously things change, there are different seasons in your life, and at some certain point a certain anime may be your favorite, you know, another one you watch one and moves up on your list. And right now, like currently right now, one of my favorite animes is Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku. Like I just saw that and I'm obsessed with it. But when I'm thinking about like my favorite anime, and the question just says your favorite anime, it doesn't say of all time or anything like that. You know, I definitely have my favorites from over the years, like Inuyasha, Sailor Moon, Digimon. Like those are always going to be favorites of mine. But when right now, if you ask me what is my favorite anime, I'm going to say Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I feel like you saw that coming because I'm wearing this shirt. I had heard about Fullmetal Alchemist for years. It's on Netflix and I had heard about it. I think I first started trying to watch Fullmetal Alchemist when I was in college, and I had saw, okay, there's Fullmetal Alchemist, there's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and you gotta watch both. And I was like, okay, cool, like I'll start watching both. And I started watching Fullmetal Alchemist, the regular one, the first one, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I just never saw it again. Like I never was like I never went back to it. And I had then, you know, like I'm on my anime list, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is always number 1. Like it's always at the top. I don't know right now if it got changed, but it's always like, for as long as I had an account there, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood has always been number 1. And I kind of was like, like I tried to watch the first one. I don't know how I felt about it. I'm like, but there has to be something here that like everyone universally loves this anime. And I remember, like, I was like, all right, like, you know what, like, I'm gonna put Brotherhood on my list. We'll see what happens. Like, I'm not, you know, whenever. I'll watch it. And I remember I was talking to my best friend, shout out Rose. I always shout her out on these videos because we talk anime. And I was like telling her, like, I was like, yeah, like I tried watching the original. And then she explained to me what had happened, because I didn't realize, you know, for anybody who hasn't watched Fullmetal Alchemist or Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, you know, Fullmetal Alchemist, the original anime, was created simultaneously as the manga was coming out. So when the anime got too ahead of the manga, they made up their own ending and ended it. However, that ending isn't true to what happens in the manga because the manga wasn't done yet. So the manga was completed, and then they created a whole new anime, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is true to the manga ending and everything. Once that kind of was explained to me, because I really felt like I had to watch the original to then watch Brotherhood, and Rose was like, girl, no, you just gotta watch, you know, just watch whichever one you want. Like some people do watch it, I've seen both, but you watch whatever one you want. You don't need that original to get this because it starts from the beginning. So I was like, bet, because now I feel like, okay, I could watch it. So I saw Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood last year. Was it last? Yeah, it was last year. It feels like 5 years ago because 2020 has been absolutely insane. But I saw Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think I started watching it in May, and I think it was, yeah, it was like March, April, May, one of those. And I binged it, and I fell in love. Like, I'm getting emotional. I don't even know why I'm getting emotional. It's not even that emotional. But I like binged it. I'm either, my anime watching is staggered or I binge it all in one night. and then I have no control of my life. And that's how I am with anything. Books, movie, you know, movies that have like a series or something like that, TV shows. Like, I have a very addictive personality, and if I like need to finish it, like, I end up binging it. As an adult who has responsibilities like creating content, you know, working and all that other life stuff, binging is just not feasible all the time. So I don't do it that often. However, when I started watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood last year, I fell in love. Like, I just was like, all right, like, I was watching like, you know, seasons a night, and it's on Netflix. It's broken up into like 5 seasons, I think. It's 64 episodes, and I was just like, just watch like straight 5, 6, 7 episodes a night on work nights, where like the next morning I had to get up at work. And I was just like, girl, you're doing too much. But I just fell in love with it, and I got it. Like, sometimes too, and I admit that I have been this person in the past, and I'm moving away from this, where people get into this thing, well, like, everybody likes it, like, it's not that special. Like, I know this happened with Game of Thrones, where people feel superior because they never fell into something that other people liked. And I've had moments like that too, but I've definitely grown out of there, because I feel like it's childish, and like you just trying to be special if you don't like stuff that other people like. But when I saw Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, like, I got it. Like, I understood why it's #1 and why it's a lot of people's favorite anime. Now, the dub is considered like one of the best anime dubs. I didn't watch a dub. I watched it sub, and I love it. I still think it's amazing. I don't think I'm gonna watch it dub. No thanks. But I was like, okay, like, I get it. I got it. And it felt so good to finally get it. Like, I just think this series, I started actually collecting the manga. If you've seen my other videos, I'm collecting the manga because I want to read it as well. It just covered so many different things, and it's so hard to explain, but like, when I saw it last year, and I'm actually really glad, and I talked about this in a couple like podcast episodes that I have, like, I'm very grateful that I watched it when I did, because at that moment in my life that I saw Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, it clicked and everything made sense. Like, watching it, all the themes, and some of the themes were kind of apparent in my own personal life. And I'm thinking, I'm always of divine intervention, divine timing. So I don't think that was a mistake that I watched it when I did, because I was ready to receive it when I watched it. You know what I mean? Like, when I watched it was the perfect time for me to watch it. Had I watched it when it was coming out back in college or a couple years ago, it may not have had the same impact or the same effect on me. So watching it and just like absolutely falling in love with it. And Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of those, like, I'm not usually like a rewatcher. Like, if I watch something that's done, I'm not somebody that like, oh, I have a show that I rewatch all the time for comfort. Like, I don't have that. I've never been that type of person. Or maybe I was in the past. Like, I've been like that with books and stuff, but as I get older, I've kind of like moved away from that. I also have really good memories. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know, why am I never watch this? Like, I remember everything that happens. Like, I'm okay. I don't need to see it again. But Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think almost every single month I go back and I watch the last fight. And spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is the spoiler. This is my favorite part. I always go back and watch the part where Edward is fighting the father, the full iteration of everything, and it looks like he's losing. He's pinned against the wall. He lost his prosthetic arm. When Al does the alchemy with May, and she throws her little thing, and then he gives himself in exchange, well, his soul in exchange for Ed's arm, and then he gets the arm back, and he's like pissed off that Al did that. I rewatch that scene every month, like every single month. Like, I'll be on Twitter and it'll be like a random picture of Ed, and I was like, well, gotta go on Netflix and watch this scene. Like, I just love it so much. And it's just the amount of so many different elements with life and sacrifices and war and racism and, you know, alchemy and psychology, philosophy, like all of these different elements that come together. And it's such a world, you know, every single episode, like, it's one of those things where, like, in the 5th season, which is not really seasons, but like, you know, episode 60 ties back into something that happened in episode 2. And it's like all of these elements just build up and build up and build up, and they come around, and things that were planted in the beginning, you see them come to life later on. And I find that fuse series in general across all mediums don't always do that, and there's either plot holes or it's something like, we totally planned it all along, and it wasn't planned like that. Where I feel like Fullmetal Alchemist is such a complete story where stuff makes sense, and stuff that happens, you know, it keeps coming up and it makes sense, and everything builds up and ties to each other. And I just feel like so few series do that and do it well. So yeah, I just, you know, so right now if you ask me my favorite anime, it is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I don't see that changing for a while. I mean, it could happen, so I'll be like, you know what, I'm off this. But the last year and a half, like, that just immediately moved to my favorite anime. So right now that's my favorite anime, because it's just like, y'all see me right now, like my eyes are turned up. I'm just so excited. Like, I just love it so much, and I love it in such a deep way, where I love My Hero Academia. Like, I got like 300 My Hero Academia, like, y'all see the love. But when Fullmetal Alchemist, I love it in such a deep way, where kind of like I feel like I love XXX Holic, where it changed my life. Like, I feel that way about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, whereas opposed to, you know, like, I love My Hero Academia. It's so fun, it's so hilarious, but I don't feel like it changed my life significantly, or like changed the way that I thought, or like really like afterwards I'm like, damn, I'm thinking. Like, of course there's elements I love and I walk away from it, but in terms of like that deep change in my life love, I feel like Fullmetal Alchemist has done that in a way where very few series have done that for me. This has been my favorite anime, and that is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So if somebody asked you, I'm asking you right now, what's your favorite anime? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.